Welcome to Dial It In, a podcast where we talk with fascinating people about marketing, sales, process improvements, and tricks that they use to grow their businesses. Join me, Dave Meyer, and Trygve of BusyWeb as we bring you interviews on how the best in their fields are dialing it in for their organizations. Let's ring up another episode.
I don't understand why I have to do this. Can't we have a robot?
We could, but authenticity and all that stuff. And I don't know, this whole AI revolution thing, it seems like it's all anybody's talking about.
You can actually do that now. You can program and take pictures of yourself and then get AI to, you can actually make your own customized videos, sound and act just like you and move just like you. And
I actually have a friend and collaborator that we've referred some business to on occasion that she has an AI avatar and she's constantly putting out content. And I'm pretty sure she just has a prompt, just write random content 5 times a week and publish it all up. Here are the themes that you think it should be.
And I think every company now is going to AI something, like AI powered tires or AI powered.
Yep. Homes constructed with 100% AI.
Coffee mugs. And I think we, as we're entering into the second season of this season, we thought, man, wouldn't it be great is if we really give people some basic helpful applications of what AI can really do for you. Because I don't know about you, but I have just a virtual rodeo of AI bots and from different companies. I've got Gemini, I've got Claude, I've got ChatGPT, I've got Perplexity. I have three new browsers that I don't really know what they are or what they do. I've got AI trying to help me when I buy presents on Amazon. It's everywhere, and I think there's this backlash of people saying it's nowhere at the same time. I don't want to do that. Just let me talk to a real person. Let me go to a store. For the love of God, let me go to Kohl's. Meanwhile, the pickup line's 16 deep at Kohl's while somebody's walking in the store like some ancient person. So I think we've seen in 2025, there's such an amazing revolution of it, but now people are trying to figure out what is it.
Right. On AI slop is a big thing where there's essentially the explosion of spam and all that stuff. So you got to figure out the right ways to use AI. And as a Minnesota-based company, we try to lean on some sports-based references, and hockey is one of our big sports in Minnesota. So to skate to where the puck is going I see Trygve mildly smiling. I'm very impressed that I used a sports reference.
Did you use AI to think of a sports reference?
I did not, but I might as well have. But I think there's so many themes and so many things that you need to both be careful of, and we need to help debunk so that people aren't artificially afraid of AI and or what it's going to do to their industry or their business. So I'm super excited about this upcoming season because we get nerdy in a good way and help peel back some of the layers on what all of this buzz about AI really is going to mean for businesses that are trying to grow their own businesses.
And I think we're going to try and give you some practical applications on how to do it. So we're going to start obviously with one of our own people who's going to come on and talk about the differences between assistants and agents. And in the context of your CRM, help you understand how can you better harness data to make better decisions. We're going to talk to a guy who's a vibe coder who is basically creating a brand new apps on the fly without having any sort of code knowledge. I know that seems really exciting to me because I like to think of myself as a creator. So how on earth do you do that? How on earth do you come up with a great idea and then have the coding start working for you? I think is amazing. But I think throughout the theme, we're gonna be talking also about continuing to have the human element involved, so it's not bad and it's not that slop that you talked about. And I think there was because a lot of times people don't understand that a lot of AI pulls from data that isn't necessarily accurate. So I think the classic case for me, I don't know about you, Dave, but was Michael Cohen, who was Donald Trump's former lawyer, was helping with some of his court pleadings. And in his court pleadings, he referenced the landmark case of finders versus keepers.
That is one of the original all-time cases, yes.
And actually turned that into an actual court of law to prove a point, which obviously substantively proved nothing. And I think all of us are now getting these emails that say, "Hi, first name. Here's what I do for a living. Can I have 15 minutes of your time?" And so the world is unbelievably noisy right now. And so what we're going to be spending the next several episodes to is trying to figure out how can you practically use this technology to be a little quieter in your corner of it.
And really how to bring practical application and take the power of AI for what it is, while simultaneously making sure that you don't lose your humanity or the inspiration and spark. One of the things that I've learned is probably the job or the space that is in most danger is probably that intern level, because that's about the level of support or supply that any common AI, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Perplexity, whatever, are offering. Is if you had a really good intern, this is the kind of thing that they would probably be churning out for you. So getting to that space, and a lot of us have kids, trying to counsel them on, okay, how are you going to use this so that you're maybe that next level up, so that you can really be useful in today's new marketplace. And how does that work? So
absolutely. Because I think that's a rule of thumb that we talk about a lot, is when somebody says, "Hey, I don't know how to do this." We say, okay, think of it like a kid just out of college. Mm-hmm. They know some things. If you leave them alone, they're not going to do great. So you got to teach them what you need and how you need it. And then all of a sudden they'll be productive helpers.
And there's the reasons for keeping a human in the loop, as they like to say, is you need to verify the authenticity. You need to check for biases. You need to check for inaccuracy. You need to check that it's actually helpful. And in the same breath, you can take disparate content and data and identify incredibly quickly blind spots or things that you hadn't thought of before. The ability to, one of the most fascinating imagery-based AI uses right now is people are literally scanning in radiology scans, and you can identify different types of cancers with AI with 50% more accuracy than was ever possible by humans alone.
Really?
It's just, there's all kinds of stuff that you can do now. And it is truly the Wild West of these quote unquote free tools. So like Gemini, ChatGPT being the two biggest ones, they're battling back and forth, and the different levels of utility and the different things that you can do with all of these things is getting really interesting. And so keeping our eye on that is also going to be something that's important. And I'm lucky enough that Google helps me, or actually compensates me, to go around and show people how to use some of their tools. I'm going to take some of that insight as we're talking over the next few months as well.
That's going to be great. So that's what we're going to be doing next. So the next series of episodes you're going to be hearing from us are all going to be about AI and how can you really figure out. We're going to show you a lot of different people who are using AI in a lot of different ways in hopes that you can learn from it and take some practical applications back to your business. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be different. We're going to nerd out quite a bit, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, me too. And we might even use some different AIs. And if we're lucky, maybe Trygve will go back to that AI tool that was the song generator, and we'll come up with some on-the-fly songs that we can put together, or we'll share some imagery. We'll talk about how companies like HubSpot are using AI and agents. And man, that's an entirely different thing, agentic AI, where you're getting things done for you without any human interaction at all. Hey, I'm hungry. Google, go find me the best pizza place and have it delivered, and just automatically bill me for it. And here are the kinds of pizza that I'm interested in, or whatever.
And you can do that now. Mm-hmm. But it's all a question of degrees and what you're most comfortable with. So we're going to help you figure that out in the next coming episodes.
And as we're going, before we part, because this is really just the teaser promo for our upcoming season of AI. If any of our listeners have applications or questions or things that you'd like us to cover, I would love to hear that, because the more human we can interject into the AI world, the better off I think our season's going to be. But it's just the reality. Humanity is not going away, hopefully, and AI is here to stay. But this is about how do we make practical, real applications and take the power of AI for what it is and mitigate the limitations as much as possible.
I'm looking forward to it. So this is our latest episode of Dial It In. He's Dave. I'm Trygve. We're produced as always by Andy and Nicole. And with apologies to Tony Kornheiser, if he's even listening at this point, I'm sure he's probably still exasperated that we stole his catchphrase. We will try to do better the next time.